A community-organized search effort is taking place tomorrow in hopes of finding a missing Bloomsburg woman. Today is Wednesday, June 25th, and this is 570 News on the Go, brought to you in part by NorthCentralPA.com. Another day of high heat until thunderstorms arrive later in the day. Just before 3 this morning, emergency units were called to a barn fire at a farm on Route 44 between McEwensville and Turbeville. Initial online reports indicated the barn fire was near another structure and the occupants of a home were evacuated. It was reported there was structural collapse and a second alarm was called. There is no word on the outcome. It has been nearly a week since anyone heard from Caitlin Harp. Tomorrow, a community-organized search effort will take place in hopes of locating the 33-year-old Bloomsburg woman. The meeting point for the search party will be 10 a.m. Thursday morning at the Bloomsburg Walmart. Organizers plan to search 3 locations, including one area that is over 60 acres in size. Search zones will be assigned and volunteers will be grouped accordingly. The first heat wave of the season is leading to damage on area roads. There are reports of asphalt melting and buckling on roadways and epoxy shattering on bridge overlays. Early yesterday, commuters traveling eastbound on I-180 near the Market Street Bridge in Williamsport were jolted by a large bump that had developed in the roadway. That section of roadway had buckled in the heat. Roadblocks were put in place in the afternoon and repairs are being done. Meanwhile, near Muncie, the bridge crossing Muncie Creek in Muncie Township experienced heat-related epoxy damage, as did a bridge on Route 880 near Rocktown. The Sun-Gazette reports that a former unlicensed Williamsport therapist is accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a patient. In addition, 36-year-old Michael Miller is also facing felony charges of Medicaid fraud. The victim first began seeing Miller for counseling for mental health and a history of sexual trauma. During the sessions, Miller allegedly engaged in sexual activities with the woman in the counselor's office and also at the woman's home. He was arraigned on 4 counts of Medicaid fraud, 2 counts of sexual extortion, and 1 count each of theft by deception and tampering with public records. He was released on $100,000 bail. Lycoming Regional Police were able to de-escalate a critical domestic violence incident on Monday. The visibly distressed victim fled the home in Cogan Station and called 911. The accused 50-year-old Robert Giles followed the victim to the police station but fled back to the house upon seeing the officers. The victim told police that during an argument, Giles allegedly threatened to slit her throat with a large knife. He shoved her, ripped the security camera off the wall, and chased her with the knife. When officers arrived at the house, Giles refused to exit the home or cooperate. After all attempts at voluntary surrender were exhausted, the officers executed a coordinated forced entry and took Giles into custody. It was learned he had ingested several unknown pills in an attempt to harm himself, and he was transported to UPMC Williamsport for treatment before being arraigned on charges of terroristic threats and several other offenses. Earlier this year, vandals caused significant damage to the playground equipment in Turbeville. The Daily Item reports the borough recently received an insurance check for over $18,000 to cover the cost of the repairs. The vandalism that occurred in March was significant, with equipment being pulled down and broken and pieces found throughout the borough. The Turbeville Area Lions Club has donated $2,000 toward the repairs. The South Williamsport Area School Board has finalized their 2025-26 budget, and property owners will be seeing higher taxes. The $23 million spending plan comes with a tax hike of 0.25 mils. And there may soon be additions to the state's Clean Slate program. Some eviction records could be automatically sealed under a bill approved by the State House this week. Up until now, Clean Slate laws have only been applied to criminal proceedings and not civil cases, such as landlord-tenant disputes. For the latest in news and events, head on over to NorthCentralPA.com. I'm Liz Brady, and you're up to date with 570 News on the Go.